breaking up with your bro or saying, because your buddy started a fake OnlyFans because your wife is a whore, seems like doesn't really seem like the best way to go about life. I was watching a podcast this weekend. There's a podcast called the Unsubscribe Podcast. Are you familiar with this podcast?
I've never watched it, but I know about it.
So it has 3 guys on it. It's an enjoyable show. Donut Operator is one of them. Now, are you familiar with Donut Operator?
Yes.
You ever heard of Donut Operator?
I've not, no.
Okay, so
doesn't mean much though.
Right. Donut Operator, he has 5 million subscribers. And this is like a podcast like of kind of like who's who in this space. A lot of these are gun guys, ex-military guys, good dudes, right? Really good dudes. They're all it's a fun show to listen to. They kind of hang out and they bust each other's balls, right? It's a really fun show. They had Tectone on this past weekend, and it was a really interesting listen to. But that's not necessarily what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about on this show was the relationship between Donut Operator and iDubbbz. Now, do you know who iDubbbz Blabs is?
He's a streamer.
iDubbbz is a streamer. He's the guy behind the creator class.
What
thing? And
it was also revealed recently that he did get pegged by Anissa. At least once. He didn't care for it, but that dildo did go up his ass. In and out.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
Flash.
Yeah, thanks, Flash.
just want to get that out of. That's big news. He's also a virgin before he married her, which explains a lot.
Okay. Well, you seem to know a lot about this, way more than I would here in the situation. Just give us a quick 10 seconds on who iDubbbz is.
A cuck.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect.
Aren't they all these big streamers?
Well, iDubbbz, he is a big streamer, big content creator. He has 7 million subscribers on YouTube, right? But I wanted to talk about this here in particular. This is really, really funny. So Donut Operator says he hasn't spoken to iDubbbz in 5 years, and they used to be like bros, okay? And during COVID, something happened that changed their relationship forever. So I wanted to play this clip here and talk about this. So pay attention, Blabs. This is important.
So like he went to a range day with me one time. We used to talk a lot about content creation and stuff. And COVID rolls around, I get bored at home, so I make an OnlyFans where I'm showing my meat.
Really?
And so, well, basically, I'm taking a steak and I'm rating a steak. and
see that's the. Did you see Blabs' reaction there?
I was like, "Where's this going, man?"
Blabs can relate, but she made a foot OnlyFans.
Oh no! It get brought up again. Oh, it's rough. So he's rating steaks. It's phenomenal. Okay, here we go.
Reaction that you're supposed to have. Genius.
It is brilliant.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was funny. So I'd be wearing just an apron. Of course, I'm wearing boxers underneath. And I'd reach down and be like, "This is my OnlyFans," and this is an A5 Wagyu from down the street. And I would talk about it. And
are they sponsored by White Claw?
No, they're not. They're not sponsored by White Claw. They made that abundantly clear in the episode, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Blabs, he makes his fake OnlyFans where he's showing off his meat and steak and stuff like that, right? What do you think the response from iDubbbz would be?
He probably joined, didn't he? If he's a cuck and Flash gave us the vital information of pegging, I bet you he went and signed up.
Well, you're partially true because he stopped being a true content creator so that he could be his wife's OnlyFans cameraman.
Oh my god!
Because in the shadows, like you can see them in the pictures, they're his outline. So he now films her OnlyFans. He's very pathetic. He also watches her have sex with other women, allegedly.
No!
In the cuck chair.
Get in the chair! Give him the cuck chair! Oh.
That's alleged. Alleged.
How embarrassing.
All right, let's see how he responded here. Because once again, Donut over here made a fake, just little fun meat OnlyFans. Great stuff. Great gimmick. and here's the response.
To Ian, and he got mad and called me and like said I was making fun of Anissa, and like I wasn't. I just thought it was a funny bit because I was sitting at home during COVID. And
You'll never understand what it's like to be an ally.
Yeah.
Who's heard that before?
Uh-huh.
Who's heard that? You'll never understand the whole ally thing here. It's great.
Yeah, he
Shit
like said
that.
stuff like that, and yeah, just like haven't talked to him since. That was like 5 years ago.
Over that?
Yeah, and I've like texted him and tried to reconnect with him. He just won't talk to me anymore.
So how many of y'all have had friends like that just refuse to connect with you? Maybe not because you made an OnlyFans where you're showing off steak, but
I'll be specific.
right. But the idea that you just don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to be an ally. You don't know what it's like to be whatever, whatever social justice cause they have that day. You've been othered by them. Blabs?
Othered? Honestly, no. I've been fortunate enough that I've never had that experience. I've had people completely drop me, but not for like politics or anything.
I'll
like
drop
that.
people, especially if you give your children cocaine. You're out of here.
That's important. Yeah. That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. I can't really fight with that one.
No.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
And the thing about in this situation, it seems like such basic, like it's such stupid humor, but it's really funny. It's genius, but it's funny. But the fact that he is, in your words, Flash, such a cuck to his OnlyFans wife. Is that what she does for a living? Well, she literally just does the OnlyFans thing for like, is that how they're supported? Flash?
Sorry, I was looking at something.
Yeah, sure. Is that how they're supported? Like by her OnlyFans?
I think now that's probably the majority of the money. I don't even know what she makes on there, but it's not coming in from his YouTube. He doesn't do anything with it anymore, really, other than make Hassan Piker puff pieces.
How do you have a channel that has 7 million subscribers and like it's still getting 3 million views a month? Just from whatever.
Well, his old content used to be great.
Right. Still there. I mean, he's got videos from 5 years ago that were 24 million views, 15 million views. I mean, he hit a stride between 8 and 5 years ago here. And his latest content over here, he did the content cop. That's right. He did the content cop stuff.
Yeah, those two content cops got him a lot of views, but I wonder how positive that really was, because the dislike ratio, I think, on him is pretty high.
He seems like you just look at his face, he looks like a broken dude. Just even in his thumbnails, just looks like a broken ass dude. And I know there's
he's been buck broken by his wife.
That's rough. Jeez. Well, I know that there's a lot of controversy around the Creator Clash thing as well, which is like a charity boxing event that he was putting on, and they had to shut it down after some controversy and bullshit and all that stuff. So, but anyways, breaking up with your bro or saying, because your buddy started a fake OnlyFans because your wife is a whore, seems like doesn't really seem like the best way to go about life. But there you go. So saw that, wanted to share with everybody, and
you got whipped.
Now we know which one of those. Yes. Now we know which one of those truly is a bitch. Yes. I will personally give you a high five if you subscribe. I will not actually give you a high five if you subscribe.